How do you choose which God or religion to believe in? They all claim to be right. There are numerous ways you can make that choice. Experiences you've had, miracles you've seen, the actions that a certain group of church followers does. Any of these would do. I'm going to suggest that you do it by the book. There seems to be a lot of religions out there. Let me help narrow the decision for you. Approximately 95% of the world can be divided into 6 major groups: Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Chinese traditional religions like Taoism and Confucianism, and the non-religious. That means that there is only 5 to 8% of the world that makes up a plethora of all the other religions. If you're wondering how to choose a god or religion, then the non-religious quickly gets checked off the list. If you're interested in a religion that isn't focused on a supreme being, but rather solely on how to treat each other, then Buddhism or Confucianism is the way to go for you. A similar religion that is focused on humanism is Taoism. The slight difference is that the reason you treat people well or poorly in Taoism is in order to keep a proper balance in the world energy called the Tao. So if a humanistic religion with no supreme God is what you're looking for, try one of these 3. That really only leaves Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism, all 3 of which believe in a supreme being, have texts written for people to follow, and tell of how humans should interact with each other and the world. Let's look at the sacred texts of these 3 big religions. An interesting point in Islam regarding the Quran is that it is old, but not ancient. About 600 AD is when it was written. It is often referenced as a religion originating out of Judaism and the Bible. Muslims recognize the Pentateuch, Psalms, and the Gospels as authoritative. So even the Muslims point you back to the ancient book of the Jews and Christians. While the Quran adds additional insights to the Bible, you may as well go back to the source. Basically, if you are in search of an ancient historical book, the Hindu Vedas and the Bible are perhaps the best options on earth. There are 5 major books that compile the Hindu Vedas. They are incredible books. They give counsel on rites and rituals that should be done every day and every year. The Hindu Vedas are Aparushaya, unauthored, and Nitya, eternal. They're applicable to all times and do not contain or refer to any history of mankind. That is awesome, because they will always be applicable. It is also not awesome, because there aren't actually any historical events or records to research and cross-check. They're legends and practices transported by oral tradition over 3,600 years before being written down. That makes it nearly impossible to verify claims and check its accuracy. With over 33 million gods in Hinduism, it gets kind of hard to know which god to follow. I'll happily go where you knew I was going. What about Christianity and the Bible? There are nearly 2.5 billion followers of the book, and close to 4 billion if you include the Muslim community that sees some of its writings as authoritative. That is over half the people on earth. What kind of people does the Bible produce? Well, if you've ever met a Jew or Christian, they often tell of personal life experiences and miracles. And although, like every other religion, they have some bad apples and some atrocious periods of history, the majority recognize that they are called to love all people and worship one God, which is what they're taught to do from the Bible. How do I know that the Bible can be trusted? Well, it includes many historical events that have been confirmed as accurate by archaeology, science, and alternative non-religious written sources. And there are solid, identifiable, and historically confirmed sources of its writings. There are 2 testaments. The Old Testament, also known as the Jewish Tanakh, is written in Hebrew, and the New Testament is written in Greek. In making the decisions on which books and letters to put in the Old and New Testaments, careful and scrupulous work went into verifying the accuracy and authenticity of each writing. If there was even the slightest doubt of authenticity, then that work would be excluded from the written works. While there are doubts and accusations that have arisen in the last 200 years, the Bible still stands out as a book like no other. But what can the Bible offer you? Well, it includes a single ultimate authority that is above all, created all, and relates to his creation. That God cares about you. There's no ancient book like it. It tells accurate stories of history, like how the world was made and why evil exists. It reveals a God of love who is just. It predicts the future. It encourages care and love over the earth, animals, and fellow humans. It gives people rest and health. It offers hope to the hopeless. It calls people to live better and more abundant lives. It even tells the story of Jesus, God, who came and died to save a broken race from destroying themselves in their own evil. The Bible encourages people to do good now and to look forward to a world that is only good, called heaven. So if you're wondering how to choose among the religions, I recommend doing it by the book. And the Bible is truly a book like no other.
Come when you are able to haystack out my table.